Okay, so next we're going to continue with our design to design this information section of the navbar. Let's do that quickly. So we need a container. Okay. Let's drop this. Let's see where we added it here. So we want this container to be above the navigation bar. All right, so we don't have to worry much about it on our mobile device because it's actually hidden in mobile. If we inspect, you'll notice it's not in mobile view, so it will be hidden in mobile view, so we don't have to worry much about it. All right, so we can see that the width of this container is not the same as the width of the navigation bar container. That's why you see this space here. We're going to increase this to match this. Let's give this a class first. Remember, do not style your default element, always give it a class, okay, so it doesn't affect other when you need to use it again in another section. That style will not follow it, it won't affect your design. All right, so let's call this nav info section, nav info. Okay, so we're going to increase the width of this. The max weight is 940. We're going to make it 1024. Let's see, that's like one. Okay, I think this is perfect. All right, let's make our original width 100%. Okay, it's still there, it's still there, so it's because there's nothing inside yet. So nav info, that's the container. So these are the item we want to add into it. You see there's one on the left and one on the right, so we need two div blocks for this so that one can carry the content on the left, one can carry the content on the right. So we have to add two div blocks to our container. Let's go back in. This is one div block. Let's bring it in. Let's see where it's staying. Wrong place. It's supposed to be inside our nav info, so we drag it into the nav info. We can just copy and paste this by doing Ctrl V and Ctrl C. Now we have two div blocks. So what we want to do, we want to set these two div blocks to flex using the parent, which is nav info. So you see the two div block nav info, we set the layout of nav info to flex. This is what it will do. You see, it will bring the div blocks from stacking on top each other to stay side by side, to align side by side each other. All right, so let's go back to nav info. Ensure you are on the correct container, the current elements you're working on. Nav info flex. Okay, let's set the x to be space between. Space between will split them away, it will send them away from each other. One, you see how they are separated right now, that space between. Then let's set the y to be centered. Okay, that's fine. So next we want to put in, okay, let's give our div block, remember this is the default element name div block. Let's give them a class, so we'll call this nav info left and nav info right. So nav info, let's just use the hyphen left, enter to ensure that it's the name is attached to it. Then nav info right, enter to ensure the name is attached to it. All right, so let's give our item on the right the content. The content here is address and email. Okay, so there's also, remember the icon, we use the image elements to add the icons. So we need two image and two paragraphs. So we'll come in here. So the image first. Okay, and the paragraph. Okay, so let's look at this. Nav left, we have image. You can see the paragraph is outside, so we have to drag it in into nav info left. So this will cause them to stack on top of each other because they are both block level elements. They can't stay side by side each other. They are block level, they stack on top of each other. So we need to flex this to bring them side by side each other. First of all, let's reduce the text so we can, see what we're doing. Let's reduce the text here, make it smaller. Since we have two images, let's just duplicate first. Click on the image, Ctrl C, Ctrl V becomes 2. Click on the paragraph, Ctrl C, Ctrl V becomes 2. Then drag one image down because you have image text, image text. Okay, now we have these 4 items in our nav info left, stacking on top of each other, as you can see. Now we want them to stay side by side each other. We have to use the flex, and we set flex on the parent, not on the child, on the parent element. The parent is the one holding all the child content. So here we are. So we'll come down to layouts and we'll see flex. You see, let's bring this out so you can flex. So it's flexed. Let's leave it on the left. We don't. Okay, we can set a little bit of gap. 12 is fine. All right, so before we begin to style these elements to add this one, let's class them. So image, we're going to call this nav info icon. Give the same name to this one, nav info icon. Good. So for the paragraph, nav info text, nav info text. Same for this nav info text. Okay, so we've given them a class, we're free to style them now. For nav info icon, let's reduce the width to 25px, just like we did for here. See, now they are smaller. Just double click on it to be able to replace the image. So the first image is a map. Okay, double click on this one to replace the image. The next image is email, the envelope. Okay, so we'll have these two. Now we want this paragraph, you can see it's as if it's above, it's too high, so let's bring it down. Remember, we have classes, so whatever we're doing on one is affecting the other. Let's give it a padding top of, let's drag it, let's say 12. Let's type that. So it can align, see, side by side the image. Okay, let's see what's wrong with our image. All right, let's set our image to, you see, it's kind of shrinking. Once this is growing, the image will be shrinking. So because the image is not set to cover, let's say um double click image width. Okay, all right, not here. Remember we gave this a width of 25%, a width which is the okay. So let's see, we did not give it any height, so we were supposed to have equal height. So let's give it a height of, okay, great. So giving it this equal width and height, it seems we will no longer need this 12px. Let's reset this. Do we? uh we need a little bit, but I think 12 is too much. Let's say 6. Are they aligning now? 10. 10 is too much. Oh my god. 7. Let's just reset this back to 0. Let's say 5. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? God. Padding top, padding top, padding top. 5. Too much. 3. Okay, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to align the image so they will both be on the same side. I think it's perfect now. Okay, so do you think this space is too much between them? I think it's perfect. Okay, let's just have it this way. So let's correct our text. It says 1, 2, 3 example streak Nigeria. Okay, for here, let's say example at example.com. Okay, so that's it. All right, so let's compare this. At this side we have some text. Okay, privacy policy, term of use. Let's copy this. Copy. So we need a paragraph for that. Let's bring it into nav info, right? So paragraph. Okay, let's see, where is this residing? Nav info, right? Correct. So let's change our text. Okay, all right, so we're supposed to split this just in case we need to attach. Yes, of course there are test links. Oh yeah, they're supposed to be links, so we need to change this, transform this into links, and they are going to have different links, so they should all be different paragraphs. So we're just going to duplicate this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. Okay, so on nav info, right, we are going to set to flex just like we did, and center. Okay, don't worry, we're going to remove the other one. 5, gap 5. So yeah, we're taking out these ones. Okay, for here we're taking out policy and sales, and for here we're taking out all of this. Okay, we have this. All right, we did this so that we can easily convert this into a link, and add the link that is supposed to be in it. Okay, so on that style, remember we're not supposed to style our paragraph, so these ones, they are still paragraph and links as well. Let's convert to link first, then convert to link, convert to link. So they are all text links. So let's class them. Nav info link. So we have it here, nav info link. Oh, come on, nav info link. So now we can style it, we can get rid of. Okay, remember it's not about the time, it's about understanding what now you have learned how to convert text to link, and you also learned that you always change your class, your item, your element before styling. So under typography, since it's a text, it's also a link. Under typography, you remove the decoration, now the underline is gone. You can now increase your font if you want, but 14 is fine. You can change the text color under typography color. We're changing that to black. Let's say #000. Okay, and our text, we can use Ubuntu for our text. Where is it? Ubuntu. Good. Okay, for here, let's change that. So Ubuntu. Okay, looks nice. All right, so this is not all. We still have to do this background, this borders. All right, so get back in. Now we're going to our nav info, which is the whole of this section. Nav info. So background color, for background, we come into background to add color. You're going to see image and gradient. Don't be scared, there's color inside. When you click on it, you see all these options. This one's for color, the last one. Then you click on color, then you can choose that green. Okay, let's steal this green. Copy the color code and duplicate it here, replicate it rather here. Background, we're on background, so we want to change this color. Click on this, Ctrl V to paste. Now we have the same color here. Okay, next we want to work on the borders. So we have borders right under here. First we're going to add 20 px all around it. Let's type that 20. Okay, and then I think we're going to need some padding top and bottom, so let's add that. Let's 20 on the top. Is that too much? 10 on the bottom. All right, so back to background and borders. So we're going to give the nope. Okay, so since this is for all around, this one for each sides of the border. Okay, so for this side, which is the top left, we want to give it a border of, I think, 20. Let's see how that works. 20 small, let's say 100. Perfect. Then top right bottom 100. Good. I think this is looking like our design now. All our text color is white. I think we should add some more on this side. 20 or 30. Let's see. 25. Okay, I think 25 does it. Okay, so that's it for our background. Let's change our text color to white. How do we do that? We'll come here. Let's see if we can do a general color typography here and say, oh, FFF. Good. Well, then, okay, this is a text color. All right, let's do this. Ctrl Z. Let's do this on the class. This is FFF. Okay, and this one. Sorry, I did not click enter. Let's do that again. Hashtag FFF. Okay, and here, same thing. Let's go. So this is not an SVG. I don't know. Let's see. So we cannot change the color. It's not SVG. It's just an image, a downloaded image icon. Okay. So that's it for this section. Let's see. Do we miss anything? Okay, there's a background color of white on this whole everything. Let's see. The whole parent of this navigation section has a background color of white. Background, background, background. Here, image plus grading inside it. Remember, that's where you have your background here, and then we'll say HFF. All right, so we cannot do this scroll part now because we don't have enough to scroll. So I think that's all for this section. I think it looks good and it looks very much like our design, except for the active home is green typography. Do I still have that color? Yes. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z. So this is where we have what we call the combo class, what we call the combo class. So we can have here home or active. Okay, so on active we want the color of our text to be green. So that's how we can separate this from the other class. Okay, we have a combo class. So just from this navigation bar you have learned a lot. All right, thank you very much. Let's go to the next section, which is our hero section. So before we go, let's preview this. Let's be sure that it's looking like our original design. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit of some. Okay, let's fix this. Let's go back. Let's increase this some more. Let's make this 110. Okay, let's preview. Okay, I think this is perfect. Let's move these guys a bit to the left. Let's say okay, so you might be wondering, I actually tested this so we don't waste much time. So 140 minus 140 will take it more to the left, and also the nav info right a margin of minus 140 will take it more to the left. Let's see. Okay, let's move this more. Let's increase this to, where is our margin? Minus 200. Okay, and minus 200 on the left and on the right. Okay, I think this is better. This is good. Okay. All right. That brings us to the end. Next is the hero section.